Inflation, the sneaky villain that makes everything from groceries to gas prices rise like your favorite superhero on a sugar rush. But what if I told you that there are ways to fight back? That's right, today we're going to show you how to invest against inflation. And yes, you can still keep your sense of humor about it. First things first, what is inflation? Well, inflation is the general rise in prices over time. And while that sounds like a fancy term, the bottom line is simple. The stuff you buy today could cost more tomorrow. Remember the good old days when you could fill your shopping cart with $20? Yeah, well, those days are getting further and further away from us. Inflation loves to sneak in like a ninja, silent but deadly. So while inflation might seem like an invisible force, it's real and it's here to stay. But don't worry, there are ways to fight it off without breaking a sweat. Now, you might be asking yourself, why should I care about inflation when I'm trying to grow my money? Well, inflation erodes the value of your money over time. That means, while your savings may seem like a nice big pile of cash today, a few years from now, that pile will buy you less. And that's where investing comes in. Imagine holding a stack of cash, but it's got holes in it. That's what happens when inflation comes to town. Your money just kind of leaks out. But with the right investments, you can patch those holes and keep your money working hard. Now let's get down to the basics. The most common way to beat inflation is by investing in assets that grow over time at a rate higher than inflation. The goal is to make your money grow faster than inflation is eating it away. To do that, we need to look at a few key principles of investing against inflation: diversification, long-term growth, and income-producing assets. Let's start with stocks, your best friends when it comes to beating inflation. Historically, stocks have outpaced inflation over the long term. As companies grow and profits rise, their stock prices tend to follow suit, which means your investment is working hard, even when inflation tries to sneak up on you. Think of stocks like the superheroes of the investment world, fast, strong, and ready to defeat inflation with their superpowered returns. Of course, there are risks. Hello, market crashes. But over time, stocks tend to outpace inflation, especially if you're in it for the long haul. So, if you want to fight inflation like a pro, stocks are your trusty sidekick. Just remember, invest wisely and stay in the game long enough to see the magic happen. Next up, real estate. Property is another great way to fight inflation, and it's like a fortress for your money. Real estate values tend to rise with inflation, which makes it a solid hedge against rising prices. Unlike your favorite shirt that costs more at the mall, real estate appreciates over time. Plus, it's a tangible asset you can actually use. You know, you could always Airbnb a room to cover your mortgage. Become a vacation home mogul while inflation does its thing. And let's not forget, renting out your property can provide you with an additional stream of income, which is another way to beat inflation. It's like getting paid to own a piece of the economy. For a more conservative approach, consider Treasury inflation-protected securities, or TIPS. These bonds are designed to keep up with inflation by adjusting their principal value with inflation. So, while they don't give you the big thrills like stocks or real estate, TIPS give you a steady, reliable hedge against inflation. Think of TIPS as your cozy little blanket against the cold, harsh winds of inflation. Sure, they might not be as exciting as your other investments, but they'll keep you warm when everything else is getting blown around. Another way to hedge against inflation is through commodities like gold, silver, oil, and agricultural products. As the prices of everyday goods rise, so do the prices of the commodities that make them. Commodities are like your trusty bodyguards. They don't just sit there, they're ready to jump into action when inflation gets too close for comfort. Just remember though, like a bodyguard, they're not invincible. Commodities can be volatile and are more suited for short-term protection rather than long-term growth. One of the best ways to protect yourself against inflation is by diversifying your investments. That means not putting all your eggs in one basket. Spread your money across different types of assets to protect yourself when one area takes a hit. Think of it like this. If you only eat one kind of pizza topping, you're going to get really tired of it. But when you diversify your investments, you get a whole buffet of options, each serving a different role in your inflation-fighting plan. Fighting inflation doesn't require a cape or superpowers. It just requires smart investing. By diversifying your portfolio, investing in assets like stocks, real estate and tips, and keeping your eye on the long-term goal, you can make sure your money stays ahead of the curve. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe for more tips on how to grow your money and protect it from sneaky inflation. Until next time, keep investing and keep your sense of humor.